Montessori dedicated a lot of time to this human tendency of imagination, and in particular, how the imagination works in the elementary years. So we need to have an understanding of what Montessori was talking about with imagination. She really felt that society had a pretty limited idea of imagination, that it's like an adorable characteristic of childhood, but that as adults, we have to be really focused on the real world. She saw that society really values so-called imaginative pursuits of art and other creative activities, but that real adults focus on reality. And this societal view of imagination is in some ways really contrary to how Montessori saw imagination at work in humans. So it's more than just the flight of fancy or a childhood urge. It's really the driving force of how elementary children acquire knowledge. It becomes a very central focus of cosmic education as we support children in their self-construction. So when we think of children, we know they're in this constantly creative process, right? They're building the adult they will become. And the imagination is part of that. And humans have always used their imaginations to innovate and create. And Montessori saw that there's sort of two forms of imagination. There's that creative force of arts, where we create artistic pieces, but there's also the creative force within science, that innovation and invention is actually an act of the imagination as well. As we consider imagination in children's development, we have to give a lot of real experiences to the imagination so that it can function effectively. So for young children that are just experiencing everything for the first time, we want to give them a lot of concrete experiences. So in the Children's House in Practical Life, they're going to do real practical life activities, not something pretend, but something real. Real food preparation, real care of the environment and care of themselves. That supports the imagination, those experiences with concrete things. And we also support the imagination under the age of 6 when we have them explore with their senses and learn to refine those senses. So everything they do in the sensorial area of the classroom is aiding the imagination. And when they can really clearly perceive the differences in height or diameter or depth, those real experiences then serve them as they try to imagine things in the future. So when we talk about imagination in children's development, under the age of 6, the best support for imagination is giving them real things and real experiences, concrete images they can take with them, so that the imagination in the elementary years and beyond has those concrete experiences to grow from and base their further exploration on.